Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. Lydia Balogun is a model, podcaster, and beauty queen. Her love for the pageant industry made her take a shot at the most beautiful girl in Nigeria pageant in 2022.
Good day, my name is Lydia Balogun, MBGM Tourism 2022. Winning Miss Tourism is a huge achievement. Making top 5 was, probably the highlight of my year so far. It was almost unexpected considering this is my first pageant. So tourism is just an opportunity for me to present Nigeria in a more positive light to the outside world. Firstly, I'm very grateful to have met so many amazing girls. I think that they're all so hardworking, so inspirational in their own way. But I definitely think I also put in a lot of work, and our coaches and chaperones must have noticed. I think that something that allowed me to stand out was my ability to adapt. So I'm not the best dancer, and my work wasn't always as great, but I was continuously, adapting to the changes, to the corrections.
Her personality and elegant look drew fans to her, especially on social media.
Honestly speaking, there were many challenges entering camp. So waking up 4 a.m., 4:45 to get ready for your morning workouts was no joke. However, I think one of the biggest challenges for me was definitely living in a communal environment. I'm an only child and I work for myself. I'm a social media content creator and a podcaster. I work with my own schedule. I live by myself, so it took a lot of adjusting. It was a rude awakening, like having so many people in my space. But it was a learning experience as well. I mean, boarding school was a long time ago. The second biggest challenge for me was definitely, just the heat from social media. There were lots of expectations and obviously a lot of people vying for their own delegates. So there were a few harsh words here and there. I had to chest it, but character development made me a stronger person. Luckily for me, the sash, the title is very in line with my work already. So, going for making public appearances, being active on social media, things that I'm already used to, luckily for me. So it's not very different from my previous life considering the change. However, there's going to be less time for friends and possibly family, unfortunately. But more importantly for me, I am in love with Nigerian culture. Growing up in the streets of Lagos, from art to dressing to food, there's always something to celebrate. There's so many things happening here, and I would just love to showcase that in a bigger platform. So already we have the little, social media things we're doing, but with the prestige of the stash, with the title backed up with, our company, Silverbird, I know that they would give me an even bigger platform to showcase, the true beauty of Nigeria. Before we can, fully get into celebrating culture, I think that it is pivotal to ensure that the people of Nigeria are safe and happy. I know with the recent floodings in several communities, it is hard to just overlook that and celebrate culture when you have people actually suffering. So first things first, we want to lend a helping hand to people in need. So we'll be working on relief packages, hopefully lobbying the government, making sure that we do our part as little as possible to ensure that people are safe, people are well taken care of. Then together we can start celebrating our culture more.
Winning a title at the Silverbird Pageant in 2022 gave her the platform to touch lives with various projects showcasing the Lekki arts market in Lagos, Nigeria.
Looking at the pageant coming is the first time I decided to enter. I've never been a pageant girl. This is my first pageant. First time I ever decided to, look into pageantry was when Miss USA 2020 was it 2021 jumped off a building. So she committed suicide in the most gruesome way possible, jumping off a building. And I cannot imagine the level of depression or unhappiness. And it is so ironic considering that pageant girls are seen to be the epitome of beauty and grace and happiness. They're always smiling. And, it just struck me at that moment to make it known to the world that women, no matter what title they possess or, line of work they're in, there are two sides to them and they're always going through things. So I wanted to enter this community so that I could shed more light to the struggles of women. So definitely I had my fair share. When it became known to the general public that I was, partaking in this competition, there were lots of comments. There were lots of, body shaming, slander going on. And I, just kept trying to remember that this is why I'm here, to hopefully get a title and then tackle these problems and let society know that they can't just say these words to people, and women especially, because as seen from the former Miss USA, they will have consequences on your mental health, on your general well-being. New to the pageant community, I have never, maybe the rumors were going around that, Nigeria, you hear a lot about having to pay your way to the top. But because I think I was so new into the pageant community, I didn't really know, the people to speak to hear these rumors from. But first-hand experience, everyone was very fair. They were hard on all of us. I went to university in Nigeria. I did A-levels. I did high school, and I've been through tough training programs, but nothing prepared me for pageants camp. It was emotionally tough, it was physically tough, and I feel like everybody that I came across gave the same level of toughness, fierceness to every candidate, to every delegate, and they would always inform us that anybody could win. The winner would emerge from this room. So because of that very reason, they have to put the same level of, seriousness and toughness in all of us. When the news came out that I had either entered top 5 or I was, crowned as Miss Tourism, definitely, people were disappointed. They had their delegates in mind. And then rumors started coming out that, she must have, paid or found a connection, which is rather unfortunate because being in camp, you know how rigorous it was. And if there was a shorter way to the crown, they could have let us know. They could have let us know. But from Miss World to Miss Universe to Miss ECOWAS, Miss Supra, I've watched them all struggle so hard. First-hand experience. I watched them all struggle so hard, take corrections. I have so many bruises from falling down in my platform so many times. And I think other candidates, other representatives of states would let you know that we all went through it. There was no special treatment. There was really none of that. So it's rather unfortunate to hear these things, but I am done with school. As of mid-June, July, I graduated from a university in Nigeria. I studied international law and diplomacy, so I am a diplomat and an aspiring politician. I did plan on getting my master's done, but that would definitely be on hold. At least I want to take the year and really fulfill my duties. I have so many plans concerning my new title that I'm really excited about. As for my family life, they are the most supportive people I could have ever possibly hoped to be in my corner. Growing up being raised by a single mom, we really had a very tight-knit relationship. She's really understood the person that I am, the person that I'm growing to become, and just supported everything. Okay, most things I have decided to do. Yeah, it was just really great knowing that your family was backing you when the time to vote came, when the time came to pick out my outfits. They always had my back. It was a bit lonely considering I don't really have family in Nigeria. My mom works outside the country. But thank God for technology. I would constantly see their posts, their messages, their missed calls, just always reminding me that they had me in mind. Before entering pageantry, you have to be 100% sure that this is something that you want. You know, not only the moments where you're putting on the crown or you have your pretty sash on and you're in front of a camera, not the glamorous moments. You have to fully understand, you know, prior to winning, what that can be like. Winning, not just the winning ceremony, your rules, your obligations afterwards, the pressure that comes with it. Be 100% sure that it is for you and it is for you at this time, because like our Miss Universe said, you know, she put things on hold. She took a break from a lot of things happening in her life to come here. She knew that this was the time for her. I've been in Nigeria, you know, schooling and working here. I could have entered last year or the year before, but I didn't. I waited till I believed I was emotionally prepared, mentally ready for this, you know, post, hopefully if I had one, which I did. And so that's the first thing I would like to advise aspiring queens. Make sure, wait for the right time. Life is long by God's grace, no need to rush. Make sure that you are emotionally and mentally ready. Other than that, I think that, yeah, have fun with it. Learn to embrace your femininity, learn to learn and unlearn. Most importantly, dream big. However, always keep in mind, you know, what if things don't go my way. Maris, Miss Universe 2021 would, you know, tell us stories about how this was her second time in MBGN and she had gone for multiple pageants before she finally got what she wanted. So I think that, you know, remain hopeful regardless of the outcome of one pageant. Go again if need be, and just always keep your purpose, always keep your main goal, your objective in mind, because when these hurdles come, they will keep you going. I think that it is important to note that and promote that women can be multifaceted. That is, you can be a strong woman and a girly girl. I also personally have, you know, experienced that challenge because, again, aspiring politician, and it was almost hard for me to be taken seriously in school and doing, like, you know, pet projects, because everybody would know the influencer Lydia and the fashion girl Lydia. So when Lydia wants to be a debater or when Lydia talks about wanting to be the first possible female president, I would get little eye rolls and little, you know, huffs and puffs there. But it is important that society starts accepting that women can be multiple things. You don't necessarily have to pick. I think that a strong woman can embrace her femininity, can be feminine. I grew up running my household from, you know, as long as I can remember, again, being raised by a single mom, you learn the concept of independence at a very young age. So I've been, you know, a mother and a father to myself and to people around me. I have taken on roles that, you know, I didn't necessarily have to in a conventional setup. I wouldn't have had to in a conventional family. I've been a strong woman, but I still look for time and space to be the girl that I want to be. As an aspiring politician, I would look for every and any opportunity to speak about politics. I want the youth to know, and the general community of Nigeria, or society rather, to know that it's not about who I am supporting, or about who anyone is supporting, your mom and dad. It is about political participation. That is the most important thing, that we have a community, we have a youth that is interested and participates in politics, because it is not a privilege to vote or to protest. It is not an opportunity, it is your right. It should be mandatory. It is something that you have a say in. The next 4, probably 8 years are in your hands, and I would just love to be in a society where everybody or majority of people are enthusiastic about politics and, you know, the affairs of their country. I know that we are sort of desensitized to corruption. It is not easy growing up in this country and, you know, seeing the level of crime or the level of, again, corruption, seeing the kids on the streets. We get, you know, used to the states of things in our nation. but I would always look for every platform, every opportunity to remind the youth, remind the people around me to be encouraged, to stand up and stand out and let their opinions be known as much as possible. And one of the ways you can make your opinion known is by voting. So again, I believe that a hardworking and obedient youth can change the state of the nation.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.